Hey, what's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video I'll be going over the new information that was just announced today. It's finally been confirmed, the release date for Mayhem 2.0 and the Cartel Event, this coming update day, April 23rd. We also have more information about both of them, and I'll be going over everything we know so far so you can be prepared for when it launches pretty much tomorrow. If this video helps prepare you for Mayhem 2.0, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like. It helps to keep the upload train chugging, and let's crack into it. So the 23rd of April is the day, a week earlier than I expected, but hey, I'm not complaining, the sooner the better. But what is Mayhem 2.0 and how does the Cartel event work? Let's start with Mayhem 2.0. A lot of things have changed in regards to the way Mayhem levels work and their uses. The first big change is that we will be able to switch to and from Mayhem levels directly from our Echo devices rather than having to travel all the way to Sanctuary every time we want to use Mayhem levels. For me, that's great due to the endless long loading screens I have, and honestly is probably the best quality of life change they've made to the whole game, other than the obvious fixes. The update will also introduce over 25 new modifiers for Mayhem levels that vary from easy, medium, hard and very hard. I'm not sure what will happen to our existing modifiers, whether they are being replaced or added to we'll have to see, but we did get some examples of what the new modifiers will look like. Easy modifiers will include things such as Galaxy Brain, which increases the size of enemies' heads and ours to make for easier headshots, and you can see a sample screenshot of that now. Another easy modifier is Big Kick Energy, which increases weapon damage, recoil and bullet spread. For the most part, easy modifiers will be useful to players as opposed to the medium and hard/very hard modifiers, which get progressively more challenging the more Mayhem levels you go up. An example of a medium modifier is The Floor is Lava, which will force you to keep moving as it forms a puddle of lava underneath you if you stand still. For me as Zane, that's not going to be a problem, or Amara for that matter, but it may be a problem for the other Vault Hunters. With regards to hard modifiers, Drone Ranger is one of them that causes healing drones to spawn which heal enemies. Kinda reminds me of the constant healing we had in Borderlands 2's Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, but hey, maybe we can shoot them. The modifiers will be randomly picked, but always have the same set rating for each Mayhem level, easy, medium, hard or very hard. And you can see an example of the difficulty of each modifier and how many there are for each Mayhem level here. You'll note the multitude of modifiers for some levels, especially the higher ones. I'm looking at you, Mayhem 10, and that's something people didn't like about Mayhem 3 and the likes, but I suppose they won't all be negative this time around, which is a good thing. You can also re-roll your Mayhem modifiers from the Echo menu as well, and they'll remain throughout your play sessions, so when you travel to and from planets, or when you log in and come back to a new session, they'll be the same, and it's nice to have that consistency. Speaking of Mayhem levels, there are now 10 obviously, as you would probably know, and the quality of weapons dropped now depend on which Mayhem level you're on, as weapons that are dropped in Mayhem 1 will be weaker than versions you will find in Mayhem 2 or higher. That might bug a lot of people considering all our guns are going to be at the lowest level now. But it's not like you have to get weapons in each Mayhem level to move up. I'm sure the better Mayhem 1 guns could survive in at least Mayhem 3, and I'm looking to put out a video on a number of guns that will help you with that, so stay tuned. There are also 8 new Mayhem specific legendary weapons that can only be dropped from certain bosses while playing on Mayhem 6 and above. One of these guns, as you've probably heard, is the Sandhawk. Now if you have played Borderlands 2, that name might sound familiar to you. But instead of being a burst-fire SMG, which it is traditionally, it is instead an automatic sniper rifle, but it does have the same hawk-like firing pattern. I'm hoping there's a B-shield to go with it somewhere along the lines, but it's the Sandhawk, it's a legendary weapon, although implementing it as a sniper rifle is a little bit strange. Regarding the Mayhem 4 specific items that are currently in the game, Gearbox could easily keep them there, so I'm picking we'll still need to be on at least Mayhem 4 to get them. Say your Spiritual Driver class mod if you're a Myra. They could raise the required Mayhem level to 6 as that is where it spices up with new weapons or what have you, but I think they'll look at keeping it where it is. So that's all there is for Mayhem 2.0, which is a lot, I know, but we also have the Cartel Event too. They really are spoiling us. Maurice is in trouble. He owes Joey Violet some iridium, and he's not going to stop until Maurice is dead, so it's up to us to stop that from happening. It runs from the 23rd of April to the 4th of June and features a whole new area, more skins, more legendaries, and even some unique anointments. You can activate the quest by talking to Maurice on Sanctuary. You will be tasked with hunting down cartel members throughout the galaxy who you can spot through their glowing neon colours as seen in this picture. There are 3 rival cartels and they each have their distinct colours. Once you kill one, it is possible for an underboss to spawn, which are much tougher than the rest. Killing them and all the reinforcements will net you coordinates to Villa Ultraviolet, which you will have to battle through and defeat Joey Violet himself. Once defeated, another gang will rise up to take its place, so each time you go back you'll have new enemies to kill. Not only will they be different, but each gang has their specific legendary loot pool. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to find gear with new anointments that trigger bonuses when you first activate your action skill, or new legendaries like the OPQ system. It's an assault rifle that can shoot an auto-firing copy of itself, targeting whatever you're looking at. All in all, it sounds like a great event and I can't wait to get stuck into it, and I hope you can't either. Let me know what you think of all this, or what you're most excited about in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like, or maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.